Oh, hi. As you can see, I'm at the airport in Amsterdam. I'm waiting for my plane to depart to travel to San Francisco, in fact, where I'll be visiting a conference. And also, I'll be reporting what I will be seeing, what I will be experiencing in terms of perhaps a obesogenic environment or other interesting things that I will share with you during my time there. Now, remember that a couple of weeks ago we talked about a number of meal plans that I was going to follow. I solicited your input. I asked for your advice on what I should be eating, and a number of you gave me suggestions, and I've been following those meal plans for one day. And what we're going to be looking at is some footage of my kitchen at home where I'm preparing one of the meals. So please take a look. Hey guys, we're in my kitchen today, our brand new kitchen. Nice granite tabletop, and I'm going to be making one of the breakfast today. Actually, that was part of the meal plan, part of one of the meal plans, and it's going to be an omelette. So I got 2 eggs here. I got a green pepper, actually a yellow pepper, and an onion, and I'll accompany that with some bread. So I'm going to be preparing it, and I'll show you what I'm going to be doing. At the same time, I think it's nice to show you a little bit of our kitchen so you get an idea of what we have in our kitchen. So Lily, who is actually taping now, my 7-year-old daughter, you want to come over here and show everybody what's in what we have, what's in our storage. So this is one of the storage areas. So we eat a lot of refried beans. We got another set of beans here. This is the Asian section. We got mini corn, we got ginger, we got the tomato ketchup with a lot of sugar, as we learned. We got olives, not entirely Asian, I guess. So that's one. Down below here, this is the pasta and starch section. So we got a lot of different pasta. We have rice noodles. We got pasta, tagliatelle here. Egg noodles and all kinds of other pasta, lots of different spaghettis. If we move over here, we have our cereals. Also we have olive oil, but breakfast cereals. Some cookies for the kids. We've got papadoms. And over here we got, this is very Dutch, because this is how Dutch people prepare their sandwiches. They put either, of course, Nutella, duh, on it, or honey. We also have jam, and we also store our nuts here. So we got walnuts, peanuts. This is the jar for the pecans. So there's a lot of stuff. We have the soy milk that I take to work to drink for lunch. So a lot of different stuff here. And well, I think that's it for now. And I'll start preparing my my breakfast. Okay, now we're frying the onion and the pepper now. I'm also making an omelet for my daughter, the one who's filming, because she's also hungry. So I'm first going to put some of the egg in her dish, and then I give the rest to myself. I guess I gave her a lot. There's not much left for me. Oh well. You're going to get a really nice big omelet there, Lily. So, yeah, we got to wait a little bit. Of course, we got to add some salt, pepper. Lily really likes eggs, don't you? With butter. Yeah.
I do not like it with butter.
No?
No.
Oh, well, you do like butter.
Yeah, but not
so,
with butter.
Okay, well, look here. There's some other stuff that we eat in this house. We got red pepper, we got tomatoes, we got garlic, we got avocado, and we also eat a lot of fruit. Yeah? So we have bananas, we got kiwi, apples, of course, and we have some, I guess these are sweet potatoes. So we try to eat very healthy in this household. So I gotta watch my my stuff here. So in a few minutes I'll be eating it, but I'm not sure we'll be filming that. It's not very pleasant. So thanks for being with us, and we'll see you later. Okay, so you had a peek into my kitchen and saw me prepare one of the meals. And overall, I had a great experience. I really enjoyed preparing the meals and tasting them and trying something different. And I want to single out a few of them. And actually, the first one I tried was a breakfast that consisted of an omelet with onions and tomatoes, complemented with avocado and black beans. And it was pretty heavy. And after I ate it, I didn't feel very well. Actually, I was cranky the entire day, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. I thought, is this the meal? If that's true, then I'm going to stop doing this. But turned out, I was shopping with my wife. So go figure. I guess that's what made me cranky. But then later, it turned out that I was actually getting sick. So it wasn't the meal. It wasn't my wife. I was just starting to feel ill. So that gave me extra energy to, at least to try some of the other meals. And they're nice. I made soup, which I haven't done in ages. So I blended boiled broccoli and zucchini and made a soup. So I realized you actually have to add salt to it, otherwise it doesn't taste like anything. So it was a great experience. I made oatmeal. Normally I eat oatmeal, but then cold with milk and cereal. But now I just heated it up and added some cranberries, some brown sugar, I guess, was also part of it. And that tasted really nice. So overall, it's been a great experience. I want to thank you for your contributions. And it really gave me new energy to start trying out some new meals. And we'll be showing some of those meals right here, so you can have a better impression what I actually eat than you perhaps got the first time when I outlined my diet a couple of weeks ago. Now I want to talk about some of the questions that came up in a discussion forum, and that was about protein, and particularly about plant and animal protein. And people wondered, what is the difference? And why are plant proteins considered to be of lower quality? And when we look at protein quality, we need to look at two properties. One is which is digestibility, and the other one is amino acid composition. And digestibility is basically the proportion of the protein that you consume that's actually taken up into your body. And most of it, of course, is taken up into your body, but a small part is released into your stools. And that part is relatively higher for plant proteins because they have just a lower digestibility and they're more difficult to digest. They're more difficult to access by your digestive enzymes. So that in general is true for plant proteins. Second, the amino acid composition is generally more unfavorable for plant proteins. Now what does that mean? That means that the amino acid composition, so the relative proportion of the various amino acids in plant proteins is more unfavorable. It resembles less your amino acid composition of your body proteins compared to animal proteins. And that's easy to imagine if you would think that when you consume meat, you're basically consuming flesh. So that's almost like human flesh or human body tissues of proteins. So there is a large resemblance in its overall structure and composition. And that's why in general, animal proteins, including egg and dairy, have a higher protein quality. Now that doesn't mean that you can obtain protein from plant sources and that plant sources can be good sources of protein because we eat plenty of protein. We easily meet the requirements. So if you eat a lower quality protein, it doesn't really matter. And what you can actually do is you can complement different sources of protein. You can combine rice with beans and then achieve a higher protein quality by combining these two sources. So to get to the question of the protein quest about or the food quest about the ability of vegans to meet the protein requirements by consuming just obviously plant proteins, in my view the answer is an unequivocal yes. They can easily meet the requirements by relying on sources such as beans, but also wheat and other grains, which in general are good sources of protein. Now it's a different story for children. I would not recommend a vegan diet to children. You run the risk of causing malnutrition. So clearly for young children, a vegan diet is not the best choice. But at a certain point, of course, people make decisions and they may decide to become vegan. And at a certain age, that's a perfectly viable and sound choice to make, where protein is not much of an issue at all. Now on the discussion forum, there were also a number of questions about PAL, or physical activity level. And PAL reflects your energy expenditure and then as a ratio of your basal metabolic rate. So if you have a PAL of 2, that means your total energy expenditure during the day is twice the amount of energy that you would expend doing basically nothing, not eating, being in rest all day, and basically the energy that you need to maintain your body. We call that maintenance. So a PAL of 2 is quite high. That means you're quite physically active. Most people would have a PAL of about 1.6 if you have a sedentary job. If you would be very physically active, if you would be preparing for a marathon, you can reach 2.5 or even more. Now there are ways to calculate your physical activity level, and one of the moderators will post that on a discussion forum. I just want to emphasize it's just one way of doing it, and you may have found other ways to calculate this PAL, but you can just check out the discussion forum if you want to know more about that. Now, last, what I want to do is tell you about next week. Next week is going to be the last week, so you have until the end of next week to finish the last section exam, and you have until March 10 to provide feedback on the peer review. So I just want to emphasize that before you go into the last week. Oh, okay. Okay, it seems I have to really go because I think I'm going to miss my plane. So, well, have a good week. I'm going to see you in California.